I despise this yarn. If it weren't coming out this cute, I would... Hello folks, thank you for joining me today. Today's project is a crown for a baby. This is a gift for my mother-in-law's coworker who is expecting, according to my mother-in-law, like any day now. And so I thought it would be nice to make a little gift, and I wanted to make something quick and fun. So we're gonna make this little baby crown. I'm using this yarn, it's white and it's got gold thread in it. It's not the most fun to work with, but it is very soft and also glittery. And then in addition to that, it's kind of stiff because of the thread that runs through it, which I'm hoping will help with the structure of the crown. Before we get started, a couple notes. This is the first video I'm filming since I passed 100 subscribers on my channel, and I am so excited. I really was not expecting to ever get to triple digits, really. I feel like one day I sent a message to my friend and I was like, hey, I got 69 subscribers. And then the next day it was like 100, and then the next day it was like 130. So thank you guys so much for coming and joining and spending your time with me. I really appreciate it, and I'm honored that, you know, you choose to spend your time watching my content. So thank you. Now that business is out of the way, let's get down to the business of crocheting. I already did the first chain here. I figured that you guys probably wouldn't like to watch me contemplate how big a baby's head is. I think I still got it wrong, but this is the size I'm most comfortable with, because if it's too small, it can just sit on top of their head, and if it's too big, they can grow into it. At least that's what I'm hoping. Baby heads are pretty big, so I'm thinking that that's about right. I don't know. I made a hat for a 1-year-old recently, and I sized it to the top of my knee. So let's just see. It's about that size. So at the very worst, it'll fit them when they're like 1-year-old. Who doesn't want a crown when you're 1-year-old? You're fine. It's gonna be absolutely massive on her. So I'm working off of a pattern that I found on Ravelry. It's called Royal Crown. It's a free downloadable crochet pattern. Looks like it was made by Lotta Kiuru Rybar. Hope I didn't slaughter that one. I probably did. Let me try that again. Lotta Kiuru Rybar. Thank you for your pattern. I'm not sure how faithfully I'm going to follow it, but I'm using it as reference to at least get an idea of how I should be putting together the structure instead of just making a plain band with pointy bits on it. This has a little bit of open work and it's much cuter. I am supposed to use a stiffening agent with it, which I want to not do since it's for an infant. We're gonna see how this holds up on its own and hope that it's not entirely floppy, and if it is, I'll just rework some pieces of it. With all that housekeeping out of the way, now I'm really gonna get down to business. So what keeps happening that makes working with this yarn somewhat infuriating. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? Aside from this random knot that makes no sense. Okay, there we go. One of the things that happens that makes working with this yarn so frustrating is that sometimes if your hook just happens to go through the wrong way, it will slip between the gold thread and the white yarn. I don't know that you guys can necessarily see the gold thread. It's white, or like a off-white, like an ivory with gold thread. That's the important bit. What keeps happening is that when I'm going and putting my hook through, if it's relaxed in just the right way, my hook goes between the thread and the yarn, and that screws everything up. And then we get stuff like this where I can't move my hook because there's a thread wrapped around it in just the wrong way. I've never successfully used it for any project, and I am constantly frustrated with it. I have never bought another yarn with metallic thread in it because I refuse. If this is gonna be how it is, I don't want any part in it. There, and then that's gonna just kind of skip over this extra piece, and hopefully it won't be that noticeable. Okay, how are we doing with standing up so far? We're doing pretty good. We're standing up pretty straight even with the weight of a hook, so that's good. It looks like now, right now the pattern of it looks like a circlet. It either looks like an Art Deco tiara or like a really old school medieval crown that was just like a ring with very little ornamentation. I despise this yarn. If it weren't coming out this cute, I would have changed yarn a while back. How many of these do I have left? Half, more than half. I've only done 3. Okay, all right. Let's get down to business to make a crown. There we have it. I don't feel like it needs a stiffening agent because, you know, it stands up on its own. I think the ribbon was a nice little choice. I'm glad that it brought a little bit of color. I'm really happy with this. I hope that Concetta is as well. I think that I did make it way too large for a baby, but you know, they'll be able to use it when they'll grow into it. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, share, subscribe. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. We try to post most Fridays, but if you want to make sure not to miss anything, remember to ring the notification bell. You've been great. I've been Grace. Remember to be excellent to each other. Have a great day. Bye.